I wonder how.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so I want to show you some synthesizers. So we're going to talk about synthesizers in music because what we see when people start with Makey Makey is they always start with a banana piano. And we're going to talk about that same banana piano. But I also want to share a little bit about synthesizers. So a synthesizer is a really cool musical instrument. And I had this really great page. This is the really cool page. But a synthesizer is really, really cool. And it's actually credited. There's a little bit of an argument on who created the first synthesizer. But Elijah Gray is one of the first people credited. And he started making musical instruments with electronics in 1874. So what a cool inventor. Here is his electroharmonic telegraph. So he took the telegraph and he made it into a musical instrument similar to a piano. And this is like the beginning of synthesizers. So I think that's pretty cool. And synthesizers, they work on like sound waves, and the way we hear them changes, but on different, it's all kinds of math and magical things. So I just thought these were really cool. So I'm going to share this link with you guys to look at later in the chat window, and I'll probably put it up on our blog post. But I thought this was really cool. And this page is so amazing. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, so I'm going to have to fix my audio for a second. If you go back and you read this, it's a little complicated because the mathematics beyond synthesizers is based on physics, and it's very, very complicated. But I used to have the Little Bit Synth Kit, which I just thought was like the coolest thing. And the Little Bit Synth Kit had an oscillator in it, and it had all these pieces. And I was like, oh, I wish I knew this web page existed, because I could have shown all my students all these ways that music works. So this is the wave of an oscillator. And then if you click the sound, it'll just go on forever and forever and ever. We don't really want that, but that's that sound. And then when you if you modify it, so that's pretty cool. And then it talks about amplifiers and how that controls. It's kind of cool to learn about how sound works by listening to sound instead of just reading it. So I thought this was really an amazing thing. And I remember I had the little filter knob on my Little Bit synth too. So here's what the filter sounds like when you change it. I hope y'all are hearing all those and I'm not just talking to myself. So this is just really cool. So here's an audio sample, and then it has these are the side. That's what the waves look like too. So this is the envelope. It's pretty cool, right? So this is just a really fun page. Oh, the attack. I remember the attack was like my favorite Little Bits synth module. It sounds really weird. So you can kind of hear that it changes like where the sound happens. So all of that is based on physics and math, and it's super cool. So I'll share this link too. But the reason I'm talking about that is because all music is based on different frequencies and the different wavelengths, and they all have a different hertz. So that's also part of physics. So this is just the music of notes, and you can actually see what frequency they're at. And when you're in Scratch, which is what our Makey Makey piano is based on, you can actually see these notes. It says play note 60. That's the frequency of that note. So this letter D would be 62. This one's 64. That's what those numbers are actually based on. So I probably went backwards. We should have had Tom talk first, but I got really excited. So now that we've shown you how synthesizers came to be from a musical telegraph, which is kind of mind-blowing to me, now to creating these pianos electronically, Tom is going to show you about plugging in our Makey Makey and playing with different musical notes and different types of items. So if you don't know how to get to the piano, you can go to the Makey Makey page and resources, And you can go to our how-to guides. You could just type piano. I'm kind of going the long way, but I'm going the long way so that you can see the apps for plug and play because we're going to be here in a little bit. And then you can open up our piano, right? And that's where we're going to put Tom on the spotlight. So I'm going to stop my share. All right, Tom.
All right. So that was a pretty cool introduction. I've got to say that when I first started playing music, I was in college learning to play the banjo. And the guy who was teaching me how to tune my banjo. And back then, electronic tuners were expensive and kind of large. And so I just used a tuning fork, and I used an A, which is 440. And I remember thinking, who made up this stuff? 440, where did it come from? So it puzzled me for the longest time. So here we are. I'm going to be moving over to my computer here, and I'm going to be using this, unboxing my Makey Makey. And I've unboxed this one before, so it's not in a plastic bag like it normally is. So when I get my Makey Makey, I'm going to use this USB cable to plug it in, one end into the back of the Makey Makey. And there it goes there. And when I plug this into my computer, and by the way, I'm using a Chromebook today. The Makey Makey works with Mac or Apple computers and Windows computers and Raspberry Pis. So I'm just going to plug in here, and you'll notice that the lights came on, and that's a good sign. And we've shown some of this stuff before, but if I just hold the earth bar here, and I'm going to go over to my piano that Colleen just showed you how she got there. This is a very simple piano, and I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to play my piano just using the keys on my keyboard. Can you hear that, Colleen?
We can hear it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. You might turn it up a little bit, though.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have been maxed out on my my volume there. So something to learn. I need to realize that I need to have a plug-in, a louder speaker next time. So I can control this piano like that. I can also just hold this bar and touch here. So I can touch the up arrow key on the Makey Makey or the up arrow key on the keyboard. The computer just says it's the same thing. Now I'm going to experiment with playing this piano using the alligator clips connected to my Makey Makey. I'm going to connect this green one to the bar here, the earth bar, earth connector. And I'm going to get the on my next alligator clip. I'm just going to choose red for fun. And I'm going to attach this to the up arrow key. And you'll see that I can, again, control this sound by just touching these. I can also just pinch this and then touch the other end. And my body is completing the circuit. Now, here's where the fun part comes in. And I'm going to move my laptop just a little bit. And I'm going to test some things that are conductive. I have some Play-Doh here. This is just regular off-the-shelf Play-Doh in a small container. But I'm going to split this in half, and I'll put this on this white piece of paper. So there's one piece of Play-Doh, there's another one. And I'm just going to take this and stick it in here, put this one and stick it in here. Now watch this, if I touch here. And there you go. So what that tells me is that this Play-Doh is conductive. I can also do this. And there you have it. So the Play-Doh is conductive. So that's kind of cool. It's also very sticky, this Play-Doh is today. I'm going to put that over here. I hope I'm looking like Mr. Rogers because he's a hero of mine. I think I'm probably talking faster than Mr. Rogers. So aluminum foil, all kinds of things are conductive. I'm going to alligator clip to here, and I'm going to touch over here. Well, look at that. So the aluminum foil is conductive. Now, I like this. This is an experiment that I learned from Colleen, actually. I'm going to tear this here. So if I alligator clip to here, so one end is already alligator clipped. Notice how the light on the keyboard on my computer is remaining yellow. That's the equivalent of just pushing down a key. But watch this. I'm going to rip this in half. And now the two aren't connected, but if I do this, so that's kind of like a basic switch, if you want to think of it that way. So that's conductive. Now I'm going to try something else. This is a sponge from my sink. I'm going to move this card out of the way. I wonder if this sponge is conductive, if I can control the piano just using this. So if I push here, touch here with the metal, and touch here, no surprise, it's really not conductive, this sponge. But I have some water, and I'm going to dip this into the water. Now, any guesses out there as to what is going to happen? I'm going to touch here. Look at that. The sponge is holding water. If I touch over here where the water is not, nothing. If I touch here. So at this point, I can actually take this. I made a little bracelet, or I can make a bracelet for myself. And I'm going to attach the earth to me using this bracelet. Okay, now if I touch, or if I connect this alligator clip to the sponge, see if I can get that on there well. Now when I touch my hand here, look at that. So that's one way to play this piano. Now I'm going to go back to my Play-Doh. Let's get a little bit of Play-Doh out. I'm going to get a different alligator clip. I'll just choose yellow here. And I'm going to attach this alligator clip to the left arrow on my Makey Makey. A little slippery. Whoa. All right. Now I'm going to attach this to the Play-Doh. Now I can play it, have a 2-button piano. And if I want, I can attach, I'm going to go for a 3rd button. I'll stop there. You guys kind of get the idea, I'm sure. I'm going to attach this to the right arrow, and I'm going to go with some aluminum foil this time. Whoops. All right, so now I can touch, can you see all these, Colleen?
I can.
All right, so aluminum foil. Look at that. Now, anybody want to guess if this, I went outside and I pulled this little leaf off of a hosta plant that just sprouted up. I hope my wife doesn't find out. And I'm going to attach it to this leaf, attach a alligator clip. I wonder if this is going to work. I haven't done this today. I think I've done it with other plants.
Some plants don't work. Oh, it's already working because you're already holding it.
All right. I'm going to move this over here. So look at that. So the plant is has enough moisture in the leaf here to make it conductive.
You know, Tom, what's really cool is I've seen people, and I've done it myself too, where you take a potted plant and you put the alligator clip in the soil of the plant.
Yes.
And then you touch the leaves. Oh, you need to take it off the Chromebook because people think that you're touching the Chromebook and not the plant.
Oh, okay.
Put it on the
Let's
wood
get
just
that
to
over
prove
here.
it. You're still touching the Chromebook, Tom. You gotta move.
All right, let's go over here. So we can see the leaf here on the wooden table.
Still works.
Still works. And you know, I can keep going. There's all kinds of fun things to do. I have a 6B artist pencil here. And if I do this, I'm going to make sort of a dark line. And let's see who can guess. What is in pencil lead that is conductive? So write your answer in the chat window while I connect the alligator clip to the space bar. What is in pencil lead?
Got some answers going. That's pretty interesting.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to, make sure that this is connected here. All right, so let's see if I can get this pencil lead to work or to.
Yeah. It's the graphite, everybody. They're saying carbon and graphite. It's the graphite. Yeah. And actually, Tom, I wish that you'd had an Amazon box there, because then we could have tested. So everyone who's at home, if you have a Makey Makey and you're at home, take the black tape on an Amazon box and test it, because that one is kind of amazing. So we have tested materials and we're running out of time, Tom, and we still need to show the amazing synthesizer that I talked all about.
Let's show the synthesizer. That's a good idea.
And I see now that I should have let you do this and then me talk about synthesizers, but I was so excited about synthesizers, I couldn't handle it. So, I almost stopped the recording. Hang on, y'all. I'm trying to cancel the spotlight. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to share real quick how to get to the synthesizer. Even if you don't have a Makey Makey at home, you can try this. So let me go to Google Chrome. And I did look up some Play-Doh recipes for y'all. I think this one, I don't know if the salt, this one might work, because there's a lot of Play-Doh recipes need cream of tartar, and I doubt anyone just has that at home. But you might be able to try this one, salt Play-Doh, and see if it works. That would be interesting. So on our page, not here, someone also asked if they could buy Makey Makey, and we are still shipping them. But we're going to go to the resources, and I thought it was already on this page. I guess I must have navigated away. Resources and how-to guides, and under the apps are the other inventor. So, you know, Makey Makey was invented by Jay Silver and Eric Rosenbaum. Well, Eric Rosenbaum made this super cool sampling synth. It's called the MK1, and it's right here. And we haven't seen people, we've seen people use it, but it's so amazing. So Tom's going to show you some ways to try doing different musical notes here with this guy. Can you hear mine if I play it? You probably can't hear it. I'll let Tom do it, because it's going to be awesome. But this is made by Eric Rosenbaum. And you can kind of see the sound waves here when you're looking at it and you're playing. And then you might get interested in that math thing. But you know what? I was thinking about the math of the hertz of the different notes. And there's actually math reasons behind why a chord is major and minor. So that's your math homework today, if you guys need some math homework.
So I have the MK1 here pulled up, and Colleen's going to be sharing. We're going to share all the links later. But so this MK1, one of the cool things, of course, is just playing these notes. And Colleen showed you if you click on the right here and play, you can get some different sounds. That one's kind of hard for you to hear, I imagine. And then, so here's one of my favorite things, though, is to play hit the record button. And I'm going to try this. Makey Makey. Makey Makey. All right, so there we go. I'm going to slide this bar over to here. And let's see what happens now that I recorded my voice, and let's see if it recorded it well. Makey Makey. Makey Makey. Makey Makey. There you go. So I can also play all of these notes by just, because I'm still connected here with my wrist bracelet made out of aluminum foil. There you go. It's a great way to annoy somebody, I will tell you that.
Someone already said in a classroom that would be chaos, but fun.
You'd have to have everybody wearing headphones for sure. So this is such a fun thing to do, because even though I recorded my voice, I can also play different features. There you go. So that'll keep you busy for a while.
One kid's going to play the it and annoy his sister. Hey, Tom, did you change the different things? Because you can actually make your whole, you can put that Makey Makey there. Now that you've had it in there, I actually meant to bring my real old school synthesizer with me, but you can do the, I think it's the arpeggio one. Let me look at what it's called. The, click on major triads and it should do your voice in 3, like have the 3, like a chord.
Oh. Oh, you know what?
That wasn't it.
I don't think it liked the fact that I was in the major triads and
you unrecorded.
Yeah, and recorded.
Well, this synthesizer is super fun.
Yeah, the major triads treats it a little bit differently.
Oh, we have an 8-year-old who says this sounds amazing. Yeah, this synthesizer is fun. It will be fun without your Makey Makey if you don't have one with you, but it's fun too to then play. What I do is I use this and Orbeez, if you have Orbeez at home, or water beads. Because that's the one thing you didn't do, Tom, was a glass of water. And put it on the, hang on, you're gonna have to do this for the kids. Put it on Splurt and then play it.
All right, so over here on the synthesizer, it says Splurt on the right-hand side, and you can sort of hear this.
Yeah, the kids will have to try it at home. They're gonna love it.
I'm going to, now you gotta be careful when you have water next to a computer, but if I take the end of this and put it in here, it's okay to do with alligator clips, but watch this. I'm going, because again, I'm attached to the earth, I'm going to touch my finger into the water.
Oh.
There you go. If you were wondering what that sounds like, that's what water sounds like.
I don't think they can hear it as well, but if they're doing it at home, it's definitely sounds like a farting noise. So it's really fun to do in the classroom, because you thought there was chaos with the other. Oh, one of the kids says his sister's going to kill him for this. But yeah, you could try this at home without Makey Makey, and that's our goal with this quick webisode that we're doing. We're going to do this again next Tuesday, is to show you something you can do with Makey Makey and something you can do even without it. So, because we all know that you may or may not have one with you right now, but we just kind of want to have fun and share together. Oh, I'm so sorry. She is going to annoy her sister, not he. I automatically assumed because you wanted to annoy your sister, you were a boy, and I am sorry for that on my side. I should have known, because I have 2 girls, and my 2 girls love to annoy each other. So anyway, we just wanted to show you guys some fun things to do. Our 30 minutes are up, so that synthesizer is there. And yes, teachers, you can share all of this. In fact, did I put the sampler in there? I think I did. So again, Eric Rosenbaum made the app that you're seeing, the synthesizer app. It was not me or Tom, but it was one of the people who made Makey Makey, and that's because he loves music and keyboards and synthesizers. So this has been really fun, and we will do them every Tuesday for the next 6 weeks is our what we're going to try to do, and at 10 o'clock Eastern. And we had a pretty good amount of people, so I think we'll keep doing it at that. And we'll see you guys next week, and we'll do different content every week. And we will share all the links that we just did on makeymakey.com /blog. So let me share where our webpage is again one more time for you, because that's how you can easily find that synthesizer. So if you're, this was the synthesizer, but when you're on makeymakey.com, if you go to blog, you should see, you actually see, I put lots of cool projects here all the time. There's actually a paper clock project. If anyone wants to do a paper clock project by one of our ambassadors who calls himself the Surfing Scratcher. He's in Australia. But this link right here, this is the one from the other day, but just after this is over, I'm going to go put the synthesizer links in here, and I'll put Eric's link again to his MK1 synthesizer, and you can learn a little about synthesizers. And you can go to this cool page. Where'd it go? This guy, and play these weird sounds, because that was really, really fun, where we learned about the different frequencies of sound. And we're just really happy you guys all came, because it's kind of fun to just be with other people when we can't really be with other people. And I'm trying to get back to the screen, and now I can't. Oh, so much fun. So thank you for coming, everybody. Please don't annoy your sister too much. Enjoy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.